Hey, okay. Yeah, do Paperworks. We are going through them rather fast, I think, because I don't have that many books. The last stack from the third cabinet is this one, and then we'll do some, I don't know what's in there. And the last one is actually the most exciting one for me, because it has a lot of thin stuff, zines, yeah, the true paperwork stuff instead of books. There are some books in there, but not much. We are listening to Mailingar with Doda Vagar, I guess. This is the tape version on Underground Resistance. I have it in my head. No, Underground Soundscapes, I'm sorry. Label from Greece, run by a very nice person that wants to remain in the shadows, so let's not blow up his spot. 2015, 2016, this was limited to 100. And this pops up on social media all the time. This was released on CD and 12-inch by Amok Fati from Germany. Kind of ahead of the pack in the new death metal revival. I think it kind of started with Tomb Molds and 20 Bucks been doing a lot of the more cosmic stuff, if you will. Then Maggot Stomp jumped in with the more old school, brutal, disgusting death metal, like Fluids, for example. So it is. There's quite a revival. Even Mike Seatown, which had the greatest shout out ever, is listening to more death metal and saying that he was not. So yeah, I think the world is primed for that sound right now. The end sound, which is a perfect soundtrack. This one is a perfect soundtrack. What do we have? We have some biographies that I have just read. We have some novels by famous singers. The first one is Zappa. This is the Barry Miles biography by Mr. Frank Zappa. It's a good read, but it is translated into Dutch, and I don't know if it always hits home. There are some weird things going on. It's a cool picture by him. I love Zappa. I talked about Zappa in my Marty stuff. But yeah, it's just a very good biography about a very interesting guy. It took me a while to get through because it's not a riveting read, but it's a good read. Then we have Nick Cave, The Death of Bunny Monroe, a novel by Mr. Cave himself. I am damned, thinks Bunny Monroe, in a sudden moment of self-awareness reserved for those who are soon to die. So yeah, Coxman, Salesman, Deadman, Bunny Monroe might not be every man, but every man ought to read his book and read it half in stitches, half in tears. So yeah, I got this a long time ago. What year is this? It's been a while since I read this, but it is a novel. Also by Nick Cave and the As Saudi Angel. This is from 2009, first published in Great Britain by Canongate Books. Poor Susie. Yeah. Coxman. It's about a salesman, but I have no idea what it's about anymore. Then, Dirty Deeds by Mark Evans, the AC/DC Bazillion Points, My Life Inside, Outside of AC/DC. So one of the loose, fast members of AC/DC. In 1975, Mark Evans walked into a local bar to check out a band, and his life soon changed forever. I'm not too deep into this book. This is one I looked at the pictures mostly. I got this at a flea market. And like I said, this is a Bazillion Points book. They have so many good books that it's incredible. This is one of them, Murder in the Front Row, the early trash Bay Area stuff. There is We Got Power, which will come up. In 1979, punk was over. By 1981, hardcore was born. Another great book. Like I said, that will come up. This is the Dirty Deeds. I love that they include these flyers. Raise the Infernal Fork, and it's the Hellbent on Cooking. Dead to False Meals. I don't have that. And then there's Andy McCoy, Sheriff McCoy. Yeah. This one, which looks cool too. They have a Link Ray book that I am dying to read, so I need to get on that. But it seems quarantine is almost over because I'm going to work Wednesday. One day, so nothing too much, but we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, Dirty Deeds, AC/DC. I love AC/DC. I like AC/DC. I don't love AC/DC. It's just one of those bands, like a Dali painting you heard and saw so much about on just rock radio, I guess. That is sometimes, yeah, it has to click at a certain point to get into it, but I haven't deep dived. I don't have too many records by them, but yeah, it's a cool book nonetheless. It was, I don't know, €5. Then one that I am starting to read now, A Long Slow Screw by Eugene S. Robinson, not David. Eugene S. Robinson from Oxbow, from Blackface. Probably has some other bands or projects. In the midst of an anti-Eden of punks, hustlers, shysters, second-story men, homicidal homos, thugs, and the slow grind of days late and dollars short, dreams and the stuff they are made of glisten under glass on spread of black velvet all through Manhattan's Midtown, just waiting. So yeah, that kind of reads like a Lou Reed song or a Velvet Underground song. Not sure what it's about. This is going upstairs. It says crime mystery, so maybe a mystery detective film noir novel situated in Manhattan. Then we go into Black Sabbath. There you go, an oral history. This is a book I got from my wife. She picked up at a flea market in Holland. I think the same one that VHS Black Flag was coming from. Just a guy selling in the show book that had Dead Stop in it. Speaking about Dead Stop, we did a new podcast. It's called the Child has a name. It's called the Heavy Cream Podcast. We put up the trailer or the teaser yesterday. It's going to be 1 or 2 episodes on White Filth on this channel, and then we'll go into. We're going to do YouTube and Spotify, I guess, but nothing's too certain. Quality-wise, we'll work on it. It's kind of good for the first 2 or 3 episodes. So yeah, there you go. It's called Heavy Cream. It's about it's what we do here, but then with 3 people, I guess. I was listening or looking back at some classic rock and some Black Sabbath because Generator on Facebook has the May Vinyl Challenge that just started. You should see her collection of Master of Reality. She just focuses on that record for now, but she has like 50, 60 pressings. She has Taiwanese pressings, yeah, with the stamp on the central logo that look very bare bones, but that look, they are amazing. I'll link her profile. She also does women in vinyl, and yeah, she's quite an amazing person. On the social media front, I guess she's, there you go. It's all, I guess she's just a good person in general. Metal Hammer, what's that? Metal Hammer and classic rock. So yeah, you get the picture. It's all purple and all Sabbath-y. I'm not going to open it. It's just all about Sabbath. There you go, together with the booklet. One that I dug up for the for my Dark Throne expose I'm preparing. The Precious Metal from Decibel, 25 Extreme Metal Masterpieces by Albert Mudrian, the chief editor of Decibel magazine. This is just a compendium, if you will, or a big collection of all the Hall of Fame records. Making of Jane Doe is in here. I think Transylvanian Hunger is in here. Left Hand Bad is in here. Rotten to the Core. Catharsis, Necroticism, sorry. Yeah, there is a lot of stuff in here. What they do is, and I respect how they do it. Here it is. I read this in the magazine itself. There are a few missing, like the Mysterious Dom Satanas, because everybody has to be alive and willing to talk to get the full story. So some are sadly missing, but they always do a very good deep dive. Meshuggah, what's this? Monster Magnets, not a big fan. Yeah, you get the picture at the gates, but this will come up, I promise. And then, last but not least, we are going into a bit of Amon Ra that I still have left. I didn't sell any of the books. Amun-Ra was a band, if you don't know, a very heavy, very pain-inducing band from Ghent, Kortrijk, that area, that came out of Spineless. Early members that were in Amun-Ra were in Spineless. They have the church. Yeah, it is too much to comprehend in one small paperwork video, but I fell off a bit. I traded some stuff like CDs and tapes. Just, you know, I know people that are still devoted. I was devoted. I am not anymore. Due to my work for hypertension, I got a bit close, or a bit too close to the flame sometimes, and my love kind of dwindled out. I still like them really, yeah, a lot, I guess. But there are people that are fawning over this stuff, and I traded some really cool things with some really cool people. So that's I guess where I am with Amun-Ra. I still have some of their paperworks. Let's dive into the big one first. This is the 2009-2014 big ass book by them. This is words by Mike from Consoling and pictures, I think, solely by Stefan Temmerman. Photoreps, yes. So Stefan, who also did the pictures for the Abyss box set, is kind of not the only photographer for Amun-Ra, but maybe the most well-known, or the best, why not. He is an incredible dude. That was the release. I'm not sure I went to that. Limited capacity. Yeah, I'll show you some pictures instead of just looking at it myself. So it's all black and white, tour, live, great picture from Colin, the singer. The nicest thing about this, it's all black and white, but in the middle of the booklet there are a few color pictures with them in a more familial context, so with their children and off tour and stuff like that, which I think is a very nice touch to this book, which is a massive tome. It is quite heavy and stuff. I don't know if it's still in print. That was fast. I don't know if it's still in print. Probably they did a reprint. I'm not sure. Yeah, big book. Then we have a book that Colin curated for Smoke and Dust, a collective that does design, mostly 2D design for books and for stuff like this. So we became aware of Smoke and Dust. This is bootleg number 2. I'm not sure what bootleg number 1 was. There we go. Some stamps. Yeah, I never thought even about trading or selling these because I like these booklets. It's just actually a big zine, if you will. No, I have a few of these. If anyone wants a stamp, Obi flyer. Yeah, what it is some text, a lot of text, some pictures by artists. I think this is Richard Long. Not sure. Some nature photos. I'm looking for something cool. There's a text. De magische kring om de dood, so the magical circle of death. A Brabants folkloristic story from '59. There's a lot of stuff in here like this. It's nicely done. It's glued back with 2 cardboard, so the design is pretty cool for the book. But it has a lot of reading material. It has more reading material than images, actually. So it's quite hard to show you stuff. This is maybe pertinent. This is Kingdom artwork for their Japanese release, I think. Still at Ure, yeah, you get the picture. Some more of this. I don't know what this was limited to. I don't think it says anywhere. Doesn't matter, actually. Then the first Bible or the prayer book they did. I'm not sure what year this is. This is kind of early. It has the tripod, but as we learned, it came on a mass tree already. So I'll translate it, or I'll try. You can't make a state on our maze, a book in doubt, brought in doubt with a white leaf, be warned. That's probably the closest I can translate this one. From K. Martens. I don't know who that is. But like I said, this is their first prayer book, the Church of Ra Amicitia Fortiach. That will show up. I like this logo. This is their best logo, the cross, the sword cross or whatever. Yeah, this is more of that. It's a bit more about Amon-Ra himself than it is about what Colin is into. But it's about the early stuff, like this one. The pigeon on the cross, the symbols, wings on the cross. They have this religious thing going on with the masses and the prayers. Yeah, they have their own language. Rituals are here. So, a lot of stuff. Churches. Check Amon-Ra out. If you haven't heard it for some reason, if you're into heavy music and you haven't heard it, check it out. I probably think you'll like it. This is from Begotten, a movie that I am still scared of. That is just, that's too much. Yeah, it has a bit of everything. I was looking to see pictures by all the people in the band, Tini Guns, Anne Fontenelle, yeah, Shoot Me Again, and found footage. Amon-Ra art by Cluze Hellion, Colin H. van Eekhout, visuals by Dwight Hellion, Mathieu van Kerkhoff, and Tini Guns, which is a photographer, artist that does some pretty cool stuff. I showed the big booklet. This is the last thing I'll show from Amon-Ra, I guess, and then I showed everything. This is all the flyers, stickers, stuff, patches I put in. I'll open it up. This is quite old. This came out of a box that I was surprised to find myself. So I am not sure what is in here or how old it is, but it has all the first buttons, like these. There are even older ones, like these. And I gave some of these away too. This is the very first button I guess they did. The old, more cursed looking logo from the times, or from that era of Cursed Tree. They were playing with them. There are, of course, the obligatory patches. This one is their classic design. This is a double goat design. Not a good patch, but cool looking. Then there's a tripod. There is a goat. This from a tape, I think, on something with witches. There is no fate without blood. Sticker, that is from the live albums. Then this has tripod. They did a series of this one. There's even one, I think it's on my old record player, with a Tool quote on it. This one. And this will probably be pertinent to someone too. This is an old Hypertension flyer for Mass Tree release. And then the other has Red Sparrows and Starkweather. Weird that I still have that. Then there is a, what is in here? Just a cards. Is it Witches on Fire? Yeah, that was the tape label that did the first run. There's an old crow. I'll put this in a record. This is from the Kortrijk show that he got crucified. The singer got crucified at that show, or kind of crucified. Then you've seen this in the last one. What is all of this?